I'm sorry that I'm such a liar. I've been claiming I was going to do an Ask Me Anything, Get to Know Me video since 2022, and I'm just now getting around to it. Just now posting more YouTube videos for no reason whatsoever. Every Friday I have you guys ask me questions on Instagram. They can be about me, they can be you guys asking for advice, and I'm going to start uploading them onto YouTube because I love our ask and answers, and I think they're really beneficial to my community, our community, you guys getting to know me and me being able to give you guys any insight or wisdom that I may or may not be able to provide to your life situations. Or who knows, maybe I give terrible advice and I ruin your lives. We'll see. And like I said, we are going to do this every Friday. I'm gonna ask you guys every Friday, so go follow me on Instagram so you don't miss the opportunity to submit your questions. Whenever I say I'm doing a Q&A, whenever I say I'm doing an Ask Me Anything in a TikTok live, people are like, where can I submit my questions? And they've already missed it. Follow me on Instagram every Friday. Blueberry would like to know what my skincare routine is. I really appreciate how you guys think I naturally look this stunning, this gorgeous, this flawless, but I am wearing a full face of makeup almost every time I'm on camera. It is rare you guys see my skin. This is not my skin. I have nice skin right now because I have Clinique foundation on. In real life, I have many, many dark spots I am in the process of hopefully clearing up, but my skin routine is quite simple. I think everybody's skin routine has to be tailored to them or should be tailored to them and should be quite simple. A good cleanser, a good toner, vitamin C or retinol, and a good moisturizer. I'm not an esthetician. There's probably more or less you could be doing, but I've heard that you're supposed to keep it simple. So that's my routine. But again, you are not looking at my skin. Tips on always looking refreshed. Always have your hair done, always have your nails done, and always have a good outfit on. Your hair doesn't have to be done, but it should look like you've done your hair. Whether that be a slick back, a ponytail, curls. If you always want to look refreshed, make it apparent that you've styled your hair intentionally and you'll look refreshed no matter what. Always have your nails done, same thing. You don't have to have them professionally done or acrylics or anything fancy. Even a clear coat is just gonna make you look refreshed and clean. And then the matching put together outfit. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but try to build a wardrobe where even your loungewear is put together, is cute, is matching, is clean. Having your hair done, having your nails done, having a clean set of basics is going to make you look refreshed with very low effort. How do you keep your foot on these bitches' necks? I keep my eye on the prize, I stay in my lane, and I work hard. What makes you the happiest like a little kid? Horses. I love being around horses. I love horse riding. Horses are the key to my happiness and the key to my heart. What is one thing you wish you started doing sooner? Working out. Shout out to Equinox for finally getting me in the gym. And it turns out working out into your daily routine is not that complicated. Eventually you get addicted to working out. It feels abnormal to not work out and you start seeing results. Magnificent. I wish I started years ago. What are some tips to become more articulate and well-spoken? I get this question all the time. First of all, thank you for thinking I'm articulate and well-spoken. The key is reading, my friends. The key is reading. It doesn't matter what you read, you just need to read. Read anything that will keep you reading, anything you enjoy. Reading will expand your vocabulary without you even recognizing or it feeling like you're learning new words and expanding your vocabulary. Something else you can practice when it comes to being well-spoken is public speaking. Whenever you're alone or even if you're with friends, pick a topic that you know you can speak about for at least a minute and try to go a minute without saying like or speaking about that topic. Stop and start over every time you say like or and eventually you will train yourself to pause instead of using filler words and maybe even utilize some of the new words you learned by reading. Advice on wanting to be a content creator or make videos on my mind, but scared of people I know seeing. There's so much advice when it comes to how you can deal with the anxiety of other people in your personal life seeing your content, but I like to take it a step further or analyze it from a different perspective and say, what is your goal with content creation? If you want to be a content creator full time, your goal, I assume, would be to build a large audience, to amass some level of fame, because that's the way you make money. Which then leads me to asking when people say things like this, what are you going to do when you're on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon? Are you still going to be thinking that your friends and family aren't going to see you then? Make the content. Other people's opinions are a prison. Make the content you like, garner an audience of people who like you, and don't think about anybody else. Any recommended books? Well, of course. For the creatives, steal like an artist, show your work, and do the fucking work. 3 excellent books that make the creative process so much easier, that make so many aspects of the creative journey make sense, and that let you know you're not alone. They give you motivation. They have an answer for every single one of your excuses that you make for yourself. They highlight the importance of inspiration, rest, doing what it takes to support yourself as you pursue your creative endeavors. All creatives need to read all 3. Seducing Strangers. This is a great marketing book with so many examples of great marketing campaigns and marketers of the past. Honestly, I think this book is great for everyone to read because it will teach you how to sell yourself and market yourself in the workforce, in relationships, in social settings, but it also breaks down how to legitimately market products and yourself as a brand if you need to. The Art of War, The 48 Laws of Power, and The Art of Seduction. Y'all already know what type of time these are on. Read them. Don't listen to the hype. Don't listen to the negative comments. Just read them. Make your own assessments. I think they're full of insightful perspectives that are beneficial and applicable to everyday life. The Feminine Mistake. Ladies, every woman needs to read this. It's about women and money, the importance of making and having your own. It also talks about women's role in society, patriarchy, women seeing themselves outside of the patriarchy, the conversation of women balancing their home life and their work life, living fulfilling lives in their own ways. Incredible and very important book. The Psychology of Money, a great book about breaking bad habits and building new good habits around money, spending, saving, investing, etc. Very informative, very educational. Advice for staying motivated. I'm in college and I feel so burnt out. Discipline is what will save you when motivation abandons and or fails you. So pay attention to how well you complete tasks even when you don't feel like it. But something that keeps me motivated and a great way to keep yourself motivated is looking at where you are in life today and where you want to be in the future. I am not even a fraction of the way through accomplishing all my goals or even a fraction of the way to where I want to be in life, and waking up in that reality every day is enough to keep me motivated. I also like to keep in mind how relieved I feel, how proud of myself I feel when I do accomplish the tasks that help me achieve my bigger goals. Rewarding myself like a dog after completing daily tasks also helps. Rewarding yourself by doing something you love or something beneficial to you, something that makes you happy after you've done what you need to do for the day. Also, try your best to build a social circle, to surround yourself with people who are on the same path as you. And it doesn't mean that they have to have the same goals, future job prospects, whatever the case may be, but it does mean they need to match you in motivation and dedication and discipline, etc., etc., etc. It's so much easier to push yourself every day when you're surrounded by people who are also pushing themselves. Not only will the herd social mentality kind of take over, but you'll subconsciously feel like a loser in comparison if you're not putting in work as they are every single day. Any tips on how to stop caring about what others think? It sounds easy, but I still worry. Contrary to popular belief and what's commonly echoed, even by myself, caring about what other people think is important. It just has to be the right people. What you need to figure out is whose opinion of you actually matters, actually impacts your life, actually is of importance to you. Your opinion of yourself matters the most. Then the opinion of people who love you and who you trust, friends, family, etc. Then the opinion of people who have the merit to critique you. And that will be a different group of people for every single person watching this, so determine who has the merit to critique you and then go from there. Additionally, I add that our time on this planet is so finite. It's so limited. That means everything has a high opportunity cost. The time you spend worrying about what other people are thinking, people you probably barely know, people who are probably inconsequential to your bigger goals in life, people who are definitely thinking about themselves way more than they've ever thought about you, is time away from you pursuing your goals and what you want to do with your time. Focus on you. Other people's opinions are not your business. Are you a Christian? No. I think religion is irrelevant to my life. I never think about God if he or she does or does not exist. I don't think about the afterlife. I'm very indifferent and very disinterested. People are very shocked when I give that answer, but at the end of the day, it's still me who has to get up in the morning and go to bed at night and do everything myself in between. God's existence changes, none of that. How do you stay so low-key and still post interesting content about your life at the same time? I think some people, mainly content creators, forget that you don't have to tell the internet anything you don't want to tell the internet. You get to pick what you broadcast to other people, and I personally think it should be as little about your personal life as possible. Just be intentional. And it's a little bit different for me. I exist in the commentary space primarily, though I do sometimes make lifestyle content. Therefore, people aren't really looking to me for stories about my personal life, etc., but I just pick and choose carefully what I want to talk about and share with the internet. Remember that the internet is just essentially a big room full of the best people on earth and the worst smartest people on earth. Everyone can see what you post online. So just be intentional. Intentionality is how. Best part of growing up in upstate New York. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's quiet. There are horses. Everyone has a farm. It's not something you appreciate when you're growing up, when you're a teenager, because you want excitement. You want a nightlife. You want to be out and about. At least I didn't fully appreciate it as a teenager, but looking back now, and even when I go back for the summers and the winters, it's such a breath of fresh air to be out of the city. I love upstate. I really like politics, but seeing how horrible people can be without having to deal with any consequences for their actions makes me feel really hopeless. Any tips on how to not be affected emotionally that much by injustice? Sending lots of love to you, girl. Thank you. I really like politics. I remember when I used to say that. Even though I am often very committed to the keep it together, practice stoicism bit, being emotionally impacted, affected, swayed by injustice is a good thing. Righteous anger protects the weak, but it is exhausting. My general advice when it comes to this is to stay informed of the macro, vote in the best interest of the macro, speak in the best interest of the macro, but focus on the micro, things around you and things you can actually control and impact. Community building, politics and messaging at a local level, etc. The world is full of injustice, much of which you can't do anything about, and if you hyperfixate on it, it will prevent you mentally from focusing on things you can do something about. How can I improve my style? Find other people who dress well and recreate their outfits. Not only will this immediately give you good outfits to wear, but it will help you discover what pieces, fabrics, colors, cuts, etc. look good together. After a while, you'll realize that you've started to hone your own sense of style. What's been your inspiration to speak out as much as you do? Unfortunately for myself and those around me, I am allergic to shutting the fuck up. I've always been opinionated, I've always whipped out the soapbox, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. There's a quote I've always loved that said something to the tune of, eventually you'll have to pick between being liked and having a say, and you should always choose having a say, and I will always choose having a say. You should always speak up about things that you're passionate about and things that you feel matter. How tall are you? Because in all of your videos, you look like you're 6'2" and up. I'm 5'7", but I wish I was 6'2". What's one phrase or quote that really sticks with you? When a lamb is lost in the mountain, it cries. Sometime come the mother, sometime come the wolf. Essentially saying, be careful who you tell your problems to. Not everyone who's listening wants the best for you. Any general life advice, please, especially for a woman in her early 20s. Let's rapid fire. Build a good wardrobe of pieces that you love and make you feel good. Absolutely no pieces that you hate. Start being smart with money now. Save, invest, earn, and always have your own financial independence. Be careful and picky when dating. Set your standards, have your boundaries, and never lower or change them for anyone. Don't be afraid of life or the future. You are creating your future. Your future is in your hands, and that is good news. And don't worry, you will figure it out as you go, like the rest of us. Get a gun, get a dog, and always have good locks on your doors and share your locations with your friends. Never be afraid or ashamed to ask for help. Doing life on your own is difficult and unnecessary. Build a community, build a good friend group, be there for them, and allow them to be there for you. Live life for you, not your parents, not your partner, not your friends, you. Figure out what you want to be doing and go for it 100%, no matter what anyone else says. Lean into female friendships. Sisterhood is so important. Don't skip gyno appointments or mammograms. Be bold and take up space just like the men do. Know as a woman, you deserve to take up space. Understand that life won't always go as planned, but have a plan nonetheless. Learn as much as you can. Invest in and value education. Invest in your appearance. Looking good will make you feel good and, unfortunately, will make others treat you better. Call your mom often and listen to her advice. She has been you before. How do you allow yourself to take risks? By instead of taking general risks, taking calculated risks. Risks that I've reasoned through the outcome of. Risks that I've planned a way to come back from if they don't work out. Risks with rewards that make the chance of failure worth it. Give me a random piece of advice. Instead of pursuing happiness, pursue a high tolerance for discomfort, usefulness, and inner peace. Happiness is often contingent on things going your way, and like all emotions, it comes and goes. It's a very fickle goal, but if you have a high tolerance for the ebbs and flows of life, inner peace and are useful, happiness will be a byproduct of those things. You'll find happiness regardless of the external circumstance. Advice for young content creators and those of us just starting. 1, make sure you're making content that you truly enjoy. That is the only way you're going to do this long term. 2, make sure you're consistent. Algorithms and audiences favor consistency. If you want this to be your job, you need to treat it like a job. There are content creators who have been in this industry for over a decade and didn't see a payoff until 5 years in. It's a long journey, which is why it's important that you're making content you like. 3, have a filming schedule and batch film. This will make it so you don't have to film every single day and can integrate content creation into your life seamlessly. 4, diversify your platforms. Try to build everywhere. Not only does each platform foster a different community and pay differently, but if for any reason one platform were to no longer exist, you won't be left high and dry, separated from your audience. Also, make an email list. How'd your modeling career begin? I have a modeling career? And the last question for this video, what's your favorite film? My favorite film. Lord of the Rings, I count all 3 as like one favorite film, and Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for waiting literally years for this video. Every Friday, I'm going to post the Q&A on my Instagram story so you can ask more questions and we can better get to know each other. But until then, I will see you on TikTok. I will see you on Instagram. I will see you on Twitter, and I will see you in my next video.